Coming into a lot of confusion here. I think we should basically set some standard lines, interference light centers, interference locations to the avatar. Maybe we should strap some Velcro to an alarm system. Wake you guys up. Position locations through time frame. Time sequence. I mean, sometimes it takes time to understand the atmosphere location to its connection or anything through its nature. To understand, these are glasses, right? But you have to understand, these are also glasses. Okay? But they're different. Do you understand the difference? What's the difference? But what stays the same? What stays the same? Two different shapes, but what stays the same? The sight. It's the same. Has to be. You can't have two divisional optical line interference locations and position locations all through the eyes. It doesn't make any sense, right? It doesn't make any sense at all. So it's true to understand that every time I change my glasses, I'm seeing through the same thing, through perception, right? Just showing you how powerful it is to see through the eyes to their circle locations. All right. So, and I got 4 of them too, right? I got brown and blue. So it's always good to see that through conditions. I just wanted to show you how you can see two different shapes, but still the same eyesight, which is its balance, guys. You can have two different shapes of glasses, but the eyes still have to be the same. There's no change. Now, if we can understand the concept of the human construct line center to the divine to division location of design, then we get a true understanding of what it is through our glasses, all through our eyesight, right? Eye sees all to its location. All right, so hope everybody's doing well. We're going to get into vortex communications of maps, not math, maps. Your equation line center is nothing but a vessel of communication. It's all about understanding high division line center to light conditions, interference, program setting position to its calculations. All right. Now, understand connections. To understand position locations. I'm going to set up a graph interference. Now, graph interference is all through digital lining. Digital lining is position locations. Leave the questions and comments afterwards. Okay. You have any questions? It's fine. I'll probably go back on TikTok afterwards. All right. All right. So everybody knows what this is. Just to understand how we look at life. What is tic-tac-toe? What is that? Tick. What is that? It's a game. Understand the game, right? So you got an X here. You got an O here. You got an X here. You have an O here. You got an X here. You got an O here. You got an X here. Okay, you got an X here in position locations. All right. So this is a winning sequence. Right? But it always comes into a tie. Isn't that interesting? Some win, some lose. So if we look at life of a position to a graph line center, everything comes into balance location to its connection. It's not the game of the outside line center. It's the game of the interposition location to your system. So it's amazing how you play that. Right? All right. So we're going to go to the same program setting, position locations. Now this is all about vortex of shapes. I'm going to hide triangle line center, triangulate inner line center position locations to your inner child. Okay, set the sequence location to its conditions. Everything for new viewers basically are going to get more into the avatar of understanding who you are at the division line center. All right, so this is all levels of you. Okay. Now I'm going to set up a shape in high rotation center in position locations. Now, you guys choose which one you want in location to its conditions. You got 3 line centers, right? In position to its calculation. Vortex to this, this, or this. Pick one of 3, all right? Don't take too long in that position locations. Scan line center to all of the positions. 1, 2, and 3, okay? Sequence interference location to its conditions. Vortex communication, set up the sonar line center in position to its calculation. All right, so it's all calculated and modified. Now, whatever you want to create through the high line rotation, you're going to travel through this, this, and this, whatever you choose. Okay, now you're going to go through 15-minute graph line interference. Now, whatever you choose, through the box, position of the circle, or anything through the star system, you calculate and modify all levels of you through travel, all through connection of sonar. The triangulation and interference line position is the elliptical line channel. Now, elliptical line channel is positioned to its graph line center of streams, light streams, code streams, activation streams. See, solar graph. connection interference is getting program setting, position locations, all levels of direction to its avatar conditions. But it's amazing how we go through these things to position, right? So which whenever you choose in position locations, I'm going to activate the stream, all right? Cosine locations, all levels of the box, communication of circle, rotations of all star line centers, getting calculations of the inner line center to child locations, everything, the GFLs and everything they're rebellion is going to travel through these position locations. Set the graph line center, set the shape position locations of its quantum model system, take them out of all position locations of quantum entanglement, force line position to calculations, accelerate to line interference so its clocking line center position locations into 72-hour window communication line centers, 3-day rotation interference conditions. This can be interesting. I'm going to travel you guys 3 days from now. You're going to travel 3 days into the future, which is a 72-hour window track line center of 144,000 per second location. This is what happens with the inner line center to its child. You can travel 3 days ahead and come back in position to its box system, circle location, or anything through its star line center in connection to its rotation system. Okay? Activation line center locations of box. Activate line center locations of the circle. Activate all line center stream locations of the star system. Travel the GFL's line center rebellion and position location 3 days ahead of time. Position line center. Get them to see the future rotation to position location of the box line center, whatever they choose to their circle locations or star line center position to quantum field line conditions to its core system. Right? All right. 20 minutes. Have fun. So you guys are 3 days ahead of time, which means that everything that you're doing is now changed, all levels of what you chose through the box, through the circle, and through the star system. So I'll calculate, modify all levels of your inner child line center. So you're in your future of your positions 3 days ahead of time. Pretty amazing. You do this through the parallels and communication time frame to its line conditions. It's amazing how I do these things. See that? So, all right. Also, too, I want to get into the clocking. Galactic Observer staff wants to really understand why we changed the 12 position location to 24. We'll get into that. All right. So it's all about balancing your child line center, what you're seeing through a box, what you're seeing through a circle, and what you're seeing through a star system. Okay. All right. Send a calculation to its division line center opens up all of position location to its connections. So the inner line center to the child is now 3 days ahead of sequence, which is now connecting to all levels of the box, the circle, or the star that you picked in position. All right. Okay. So the clocking center is truly stand positions. Now we're going to go through the tick tock. Get it? TikTok. That's funny. Anyway. All right. So we go through this signal, rotation and position locations. Now, this is extremely complicated if you don't understand line sequence, right? This is a Trinity stand when you come into Vortex math, but it's not. So math really stands for what? Maps. What does A stand for? Atmosphere. What does T stand for? Teleportation. What does H stand for? Hemisphere. So that's a calculation to its conditions. Now you're surfacing the hemisphere, that's totally fine. But if you want to change the track line center, solar graph will change the computer operation position locations, all levels to your division to its avatar to its inner line center. So in position, you come into this calculations. All right. So I'm setting up sequence locations of geometry setting in calculation. All right. Okay. And position. Okay. So it looks like this. It's all confused, right? You see the 7, the 1, the 12, the 8. You see the 2, the 9, the 5, and the 4 conditional levels, the 6. and 3 at the top. Now, the 3 at the top is all position location of the sun, right? So it digitalizes system locations. You have to understand why numbers are out of sequence. That's all connected to your binary code, right? Your binary code changes all position locations, a level of travel. Sometimes it's a symbol, sometimes it's a weather, sometimes it's a triangle, sometimes it's a circle, sometimes it's a dimension, sometimes a point center, sometimes it's a line interference, sometimes it's calculated, sometimes it's modified, sometimes it's in position location. It's all division to location to its connections. The quantum field of view is truly understand the connections of what you do with the atmospheres, right? The map sequence of view is understanding what you're doing through your vessel or your GPS, right? So you're setting up GPS, okay, to your 3-line center, right? The GPS is geographical perception of view through system, okay? The geology system locations or the geometrics operation to its position of perception of system. It's all position of view to understand how to travel through 3, 5, 4, 6, 8, 2, 9, 7, 1, and 12. All right. So, and that's where it comes into all positions of the interline center of the child. Light signals codes its position locations, right? This is the atom line center, right? There's the atom. Now the atom can travel here, 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 here in one compilation to one system, one location to one connection. Ooh, ah. See? Centers off position location to its flux capacitor locations. Ooh, ah. Right? Highlight center rotations to a plasma web, which protects everything through its number sequence. Ooh, ah. Right? Calculates all, modifies all levels of Orion's belt, past, present, future. Ooh, ah. High channel rotations, all levels, ground line center to rotation interference in position to its location. Ooh, ah. Done through equation. Now, this is all done through an atom. AI sees everything through map. We see everything through division. We see everything in detail, and I mean detail. We see a corner, we know exactly what it is. We know exactly where time it's at. We know exactly where the sun's at. We know exactly where the shade is at. We actually know where the color's at. We actually know where time sequence location of the parallel is at. It's all position of view to understand how to use number sequence locations to its atom. Your compilation line center is everything to position, right? The more you see things to perception out, the faster you get through the brain interference. That opens up all levels of Orion's belt through calculations. Now, once you're in position locations and you have everything in calculation, you can change the position of numbers. So you change the clocking center, okay? Now, this is where it comes into 12-line center, into 24, okay? So you're in a whole new binary reset stuff, okay? You have to truly understand why the 12 has changed because we're in different space atmosphere. You're no longer in a clocking system. The nature and its resistance has to be in 24 sequence. Everything through the avatar is the 24 clocking. It's no longer in the 12. The 12 is the 3-dimension. The 24 is its avatar of its 24-hour day. You have 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week. That signals its location to position of a new space-time, to a new calculation, to a new avatar, to a new activation to its heart reactor. It opens up all channels of your rotation system to its calculation of its digital framing. All right. So it's amazing how you do these things through its equation because everything has a formula. The answer is already inside you. When you're talking, the answer is already there. You're not aware of these things. So you're just like audio skipping every single time. Wait a minute. I had the answer. What's the answer? The answer I just said, but I don't remember. So it's didn't you just answer the equation that you wanted to know already through the formula? Wait a minute. Did I just do that? And you realize you just answered the question already. That's how powerful it is when you come into your own AI position locations, to your own map sequence, to your own GPS. It locks all information to its position location to its connections. So the clocking system changes to a levels of 24 in its position, right? 24 on top center. So all the number sequences have changed now, right? It's amazing how you come into that position locations, right? So now you truly understand what it is, all right? Time shifts, time locks, rotation centers, communication cycles. It's amazing how you come into this track line conditions. There you go. There's a 24 clocking system in all position locations. Now the atom can change that high system. If it's in purple, the atom changes purple because the coloration changes time through its binary reset and it comes into all level system. You can change the numbers or keep them as the same, but the coloration of the atom goes in position location to its calculation. All right, which means you have to change the grounds. You can't have green in a 12-line center and position location of 24 clocking system. Ooh, so that means you got to change the Orion's belt and flux capacitor location in the past, present, and future position. Ooh, see? Done through equation. You still have the same number sequence. It's just in a 24 clocking system, right? Isn't that interesting how you have a 24-hour day? Think about it. 24-hour day. Interesting, right? 24-hour sequence, 24-hour clocking, 7 days a week. So that's the position stuff, is to understand why the clocking system is no longer in 12. Space and time and the ground perception of its Earth is now in its symbol. It's now in its activation. It's now in its rotation. It's now in its circulation. It's now in its grounds of clocking of 24. Okay. So hopefully that gives you a little bit more understanding. So how's everybody doing through all the levels of this? All right. Let's see here. We're going to get geometry shifting. Now, geometry shifting is all about changing digital line centers. You have to go through Vega to communicate that position locations. All right. So I'll set up Vega and digital framing. Okay. Because they connected the sequence numbers. You come into prime numbers. You come into all levels of negative, right? 1, 3, 5, 7, right? And you come into 2, 4, 6. Now, 2, 4, 6 is even. 1, 3, 5 is odd. It doesn't matter. It's all positive because you put them together. It lights up its system. So you need the positive incidence and you need the negative incidence to locations of times pi. It calculates all levels of E equals MC squared, guys. It's the formula to your position to its avatar of its DNA. It tracks its system locations where you can center off anything through its location to its connections, a space-time anomaly. All right. All right. Let's see. Yes, thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. Yeah, we got that in the practice, daylight savings. Yeah, everybody else will get back into that position location of the time zones. Sequence interference locations. Cody, how's it going? Sam. All right, so how are we doing? My inner child is playing with geometry shape. Wow. Okay, great. So just listening, we'll try to multitask. Okay, you're at the gym. That's fine. Crown chakra, so much purple streaming in. Oh, great. Seeing the star system, seeing myself as a small child, looking up at the stars, sleeping bag, watching meteor showers. Excellent. Love it. Excellent. Great. Merging shapes, all tips of fingers. Know exactly what you're doing with your inner child, guys. Making lots of geometric patterns and playing with beats. Oh, yeah, cool. The drums. Way to go, John. Heartbeat controls the shape shifting. How's it going, Arlene? Brandu. All right. It's a lot of fun, isn't it? Okay. Sam, Lauren. Happened to me. Exit live and come back. Yeah, if you want to exit, if you have to leave, please let me know because you still be in your position, geometry line center location and positions. Because remember, your mind line center is 3 days ahead of time. If you exit, you're going to be 3 days ahead of time every single day. So your clocking system will be at 72-hour window. You understand? Every time you get up in the morning, you're not at Monday. You're 3 days ahead. So I have to change it back in the formation line center. This is real space, real time. So just please let me know if you need to leave. Okay, thank you. All right. So we got position to its calculations. It's amazing how we, you guys connect to that. You pick whatever you want, right? And travel through it. And then you go through clocking locations from 12 to 24 in a geometric pattern. This is geometric pattern, digital line center location of 24 clocking sequence, location of the ground line centers, all over the sun position of Orion's belt. Understand how to use it through calculations is a whole nother binary reset position, guys. That's a true understanding. You come into your vessel. Your vessel is nothing but number sequence. So it's very, very powerful. So we're going to use the same plateau in position locations, right? Now, Understand conditions. Now, the 3 can be over here, 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 and here, and here. Whoa, what's this? What's going on? It's all 3s. Where's 1, 2? Where's 4? Where's 5? Where's 6? Where's 7? Where's 8? Where's 9? It doesn't matter. All that matters is what you're doing through the sun, right? So this is where it tops assist locations. All right. Ensure you understand what the sun is doing through 3-line center. What's a 3-line center? 3-line center, to understand position locations, you have to get in compilation to understand all sequence locations. For me to communicate with all these, they all have to be line signal in position to travel. Okay. Now I can calculate 3-line center interference, 3 position locations, 3 inner line center interference position, 3 track line conditions, 3 open sequence locations, 3 division line interference position of portals, communication of 3 line centers of sun position of graph line conditions, 3 positions of high line center, 3 line center rotations of all of the major locations, and 3 positions of circle location to its ground line condition. Done by equation. See how easy that was? If I didn't line signal compilation line center to my molecular light structure, I could not communicate with anything through graph. I'm just showing you all this, the positions of 3 guys. You don't need number sequence of 1 to 10 to understand position location, how to communicate to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You guys have to learn how to go forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, because you're always in position of what? The center. So if I give you a number and it's in the past, it's always in the current location, which is what? The now. It's no longer the past and no longer the future. It's in the now, which is in your current location. So to understand how to communicate with 3, I just showed you so many levels how to communicate through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 position locations, how to channel through all levels of 3, which is all position locations of the sun. Ooh-ah. So it's amazing how the sun sets up position location all levels to its digital frame location, right? So you have to learn how to triangulate that connection locations. Now, if I want to change the coloration line center, I can change position locations of high levels into 3, 6, and 9. See? 3, 6, and 9. So that's 3, that's 6, and that's 9. Now I've changed it, right? It's no longer a 3 graph line center. Now it's a triangle. So it's in a different coloration path. So now it's in the matrix sun. This gets complicated. It's your same coloration path. Digital frame locations of pathological line interference location, the psychosis location of digital framing. It's all position location. It doesn't matter if it changes position. You just have to understand direction to its conditions and truly understand why I wear different glasses, but I always see it in the same eye position. Right? So you can have 4 different shapes, but the eyes are still the same. They have to. You can't have 4 shapes and 4 different vision line centers. It confuses everything through the sun and the moon position locations, and you're going to certainly try to find out what Waldo is. You could have a different coloration pattern, wouldn't even know about it through calculation. So when you get into that connections, yeah, it's all different positions of the sun, Jill. Very good. So I got the 3, 6, and 9. That's the pyramid. Okay, let's go in position locations. Now it's a diamond core. Ooh, this is getting interesting, right? So this changes everything, doesn't it? Look at that. Look at that. Look what I just finished doing, right? So it's got 9 positions. Now I could change these 3 into a dot. I could change all the point centers into dots now, which is no longer a digital platform to its position, right? So this is getting complicated now, right? Interesting how you go from a graph of 3s, all 9 line centers in positions of point system locations, all to what? An hourglass. See that? See the hourglass? Right here. This is the hourglass. Right? See it? All right. So time sequence line interference, you can set up bracket circles. This is a bracket circle, right? This position location, this low graphs its system, and this basically protects all levels of the sun position. You always have to protect the sun in connections, right? It's very important to understand that. Here's the intelligence. See the eyes, see the nose, see the mouth. You see it? Right? Everything I draw is me. Everything I draw is for you to understand what I'm doing through its travel. Okay? So it's very, very powerful when you connect to that system. So basically, I got 2 diamond core sets, right? Now I'm going to change the coloration pattern. This changes everything through emotional track locations. Look at that. Now it's blue, right? It's no longer red, it's blue. So it's a different position. Now, if I want to activate the core line center, I can open up dimensions, higher lines of vibration to its core system. Look at that. Whoa, what's going on now, right? So it's an X-line center, rotation interference of a blue plasma bubble that's calculated and modified. And then we're going to travel through it through a position location to its connections. Ooh-ah. Set the core system to the GFLs in position, travel the direction of time center. Yeah, get them in their box shapes, circles, and everything, the starlight center to 12 location to its connections. 15 minutes, have fun. So I'm just showing you how you do these things through travel, how you do it through geometry, how you do it through all levels of quantum physics, quantum mechanics. It doesn't matter. It's just what you have to understand is all calculations. Every time you get up in the morning, you are your intelligence. There's no doubting system. There's no hesitation. There's no thinking. It's all knowing in the cloud interface, guys. It's given to you through rotation to positions. All right. So it's very powerful how you connect to this and how you travel through it. So, yeah. Hourglass. Yeah. Arlene, how's it going? It happened to me exiting. Okay, let's see, because the sound went. So it's very important you guys understand it. And please let me know if you're going to leave, because your mind is still set, which means if you leave, you're 3 days ahead of schedule, which means that every time you get up in the morning, you're not just on a 24 clocking system, you're in a 72-hour clocking system, which is faster. I have to bring you back, because every time you get up in the morning, you're in position of 3 days ahead of everything, because that's what your mind is going to connect to through its sequence, right? Very powerful. System rebooting, position, location, shadow work, yeah. Tree life of the suns, yeah. Everybody sees it in a different way, but I'm just showing you how you can go through this into all the positions to locations, right? How you go through this through all position locations. So everything that I do is not a drawing. Everything I do is travel of me. It's travel of me. That's all it is. So it's balancing you out through structure. Okay. So yin and yang, sun and moon at each clocking position of 24. Yeah. Stacy, how's it going? Sunset. Yeah. I mean, the thing is too, guys, is the true understanding is that people don't understand the sequence locations of numbers. They're not numbers. They're codes. Stop thinking of the alphabetical system of chain. Stop thinking of location line conditions, all letters, numbers, and shapes are what they are. You have to get into the avatar of space and what they are through the all position location into your formulas. Okay, so really understand that through sequence. So it's getting into prime numbers, right? It's getting into your odd and even numbers, your negative interference. So if I do a highline center -7, what is that? That's all you see, right? It's a -7. But what you don't understand, it's a line cross. It's a line cross, okay, to a backwards 7 location, right? So it's incredible how we see things in life. We have to change our alphabetical line streams. It's incredible, right? So you can travel through it, through its position. See, you can travel through it. It's no longer a back 7, is it? It's something else. See, something else. So what is it? It could be anything. 3, 6, and 9 doesn't have to be up or down. It could be anywhere. You can change the color too. You can have 3 here. You can have 6 here. You can have 9 here. You can have 12 here. You can have anything in that position locations. You can do amazing things. But wait a minute. What happened here? How come? What's going on here? What goes there? Does something have to go there? Yes. What has to go there? The equation. Okay. Times pi. Okay. So it's the location, the intent, the will, the creation location, times pi. All right. You have to add that in. Okay. If you don't add it in, it's space, times pi. Right? Times pi to all levels of triangle. There it is. Times pi right there. There's the pi. See the pi? There it is right there. You guys have to understand your equation. Location 2 is its formula. There's your times pi right there. See? Right? Gets easier, right? Is it easy though? It is for me. Hard for you. Why? Because you think too much. The cloud line center opens up all levels, locations of your soul. Your soul opens up everything through your memory. You guys already know how to do these things. I'm just showing you how in position locations. I'm not teaching you anything. You're teaching yourself to remember. That's the most beautiful thing. It's too hard for me to teach you these things. And that's why you guys are going to get to more your mind telepathy game locations. You guys doing exceptionally well, but it's true understanding what you do through number sequence. You can do anything through codes. I mean, it's so simple for me, right? I can do GL / position of force, okay, / communication, over cross, triangle line center, 3, 6, 9 platforms, circle rotations, dimensional 12 lie center. There it is, right? That's the equation. That's the formula. Everything needs a location. So, and the thing is too, it activates, right? When it activates, you're already in balanced program locations to your inner child. So your inner child knows exactly what's going on with the shape of its times pi, right? So when you get into sequence, you can hide channel your rotation interference and change your program setting to its position location to higher channels. So if you want to go from a 24 to a 48 to 72, 104 clocking system, it changes its digital time. It changes the sun and coloration. It changes the programs of the moon. Okay? So it gets more complicated when you go to higher system locations. So you already know what the clocking system is. If it's purple, it's the sun. Right? If it's yellow, the clocking system, it's the solar plexus. If it's pink, it could be anything through the heart. Right? No, I'm just adding things. So it's very simple how you do these things. Red is bound security. Right? And brown is its earth. See how it comes together? Loopty, 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 loopty. But they're all connected. Now, if they were separated, they couldn't communicate with each other. Chakra systems have to be connected to each other. It applied to division locations all levels of your scepter. Your connection to your third eye is everything through its position locations. Right? Take communication line centers. Thank you, Jill. All levels of position location, lower and out. High line center, back to communication, or clocking center, back in calculation to a ground line interference to a perception locations. Out to equation. There you go. Lauren's out. All right. But it's amazing how you go through rings and rings and rings of information to its connections. You can channel up, you can channel down, you can channel across. You can even go through realms. Now, what's this? What's that? It's added now. It's different. This has no relation to this. Look at that. It's different color. It's all mixed. But it's balanced, guys. It's balanced. And if it's not balanced, my computer and my digital pad, my intelligence will let me know. It'll shockwave my system, say that's wrong. So you're not connecting more to the inner child, are you? You're not connecting space. You're not connecting AI. You're not connecting Vega. You're not connecting anything, right? Because you're not aware of what you just finished doing. You're changing timelines, you're changing sequence, you're changing circle rotation, anything, position locations, anything through its parallel. Be cautious in what you're doing. So and that's the true understanding when you come through my space and time. It all helps out position location to its connections. All right. So let's go through all position location in another frame. I'm just showing you how through code signal location to its connections. All right. So it's amazing how we go in sequence. Let's go in sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 5 line centers. Okay, there it is. Cross signal locations, right? There's the cross. Now you got 12 and you got 3, 4, 2. Isn't that interesting? So this is where you use letters, numbers, and shapes. Opposition location and travel works at time. Position location to its avatar system. 12, 3, 4, 2. What does that mean? 3, 4, 5. So this is all about understanding how the 1 can go over here and the 5 can go over here. So 5 is here and 1's here. Now it's changed its equation. So you quadrant jumped, you time jump, you change your parallels. Okay, so it's amazing how you change sequence. So if you do that, you have to what? Understand what's going on through your balance, right? So this is interesting. You change position location to its connections. Time sequence locations are levels of your 3, 6, 9 platform, right? So 3 can be in the middle. It doesn't have to be at the top. Who says it has to be at the top? 3 can be in the center. I don't need to see the 6. I don't need to see the 9 because it's already there. Which means that I can be on so many frequency line center interference location of simulation, but still be in a low sequence location to its position to its balance. So 3 is here, 6 is here, 9's here, and 12's here. Look at that. Look how it changed. Reflection interference of mirror resolution patterns, high line center position locations, kaleidoscopes of division line connections, back force line interference position locations. You guys have to learn how to quantum jump your channels, your communication and digital frame line interference. You could plateau anything through connections of 3, 6, and 9. 3 doesn't have to be up here. Okay, so it's all about understanding balance. 3, 6, 9, 12, right? Geometry setting to calculation, graph line center and position to position line system. So let's go into this again. We'll start with this again, right? All right, so let's say we got 10, we got 9, we got 8, we got 7, we got 6, we got 5, we got 4, we got 3, we got 2. Uh-oh, where's 1? So in this equation, if you want 1, where would 1 go? Where's your balance? Where's the mind? Are you in a clocking system? Where? Are you in your diamond core? Where? Are you in your square? Where? Where's your size graph line center? Your size graph line center is here, position, location to its connections. That's your size graph location, compilation, and interference. Now, are you using the atom rotation? Are you using coloration? Are you using the avatar? Are you using T reception? What are you using to position, location to its connections? All right. So it's amazing how you track the interference. If it's your locations, where's the 1 go? Right? I already know where the 1 goes. But if you know where the 1 goes, that's great. But if you say the 1 goes in a different position, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You know why? Because it's in a diamond. Hoo-ah. See? So this is 1 go here, 1 go here, 1 go here, 1 go here. Hoo-ah. There you go. Right? If I said square, doesn't matter. Right? If I said 3, 6, and 9, it does matter. Because there's only 3 positions it can go. 1, 2, and 3. It can't go because it's not position of 7. Because it's only a triangle. You understand? This is important to understand how you use the calculation locations, all levels of digital frame and interference position location of space-time. But it's amazing how you use graph line centers to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 goes in anything position location of northwest, south, and east. All right? So, yeah, it's like a baseball. I'm just showing you how you guys can basically play with numbers and do anything through digital frame, and you can do anything through calendar, but you have to start seeing things in compilation line conditions at high positions, all levels of you through travel to understand position, location to its connections, right? There's a graph. You can do it this way, right? All right, you can do it this way. All right. So number sequence location to its connections. So I can add 0 numbers, 0 number here, 1 here, 2 here, 3 weather here. We got a diamond here. We got a planet here. You know, we got a 3 here. We got a 6 here. We got a planet to 2 line center interference point location to its connections. All right. So it doesn't make any sense, does it? Because you don't know what it is. But it's all in sequence. It's all in plateau. It's all in formation. It's all position locations of Vega. Communication line condition. Right? Vega gets compilation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And position location. It's already activated to this line system location. XT1000 comes in position, scans the high line center. Whoop, there you go. In positions, scans rotation all position locations, sets up the ground line center rotation interference. Ground line center comes in position location, changes position to its location. So complicated, isn't it? It's fascinating. I've just shown you how you can travel through all levels, through, quantums of all position locations, magnetic high line center interference locations to all levels. This is all about understanding how you get a sequence of problems, situations, or anything to attack the situation line condition. But I've just shown you how you really have to formulate how to use not just the alphabetical system, but all letters, numbers, and shapes to its symbol, and how it calculates all modifies all levels of you through your AI position. The awareness that you see through its operation gives you everything through totality. Communication interference, its program is its performance. All right. So let's say we go through a blue circle. That's not a clocking system. It's a blue circle, right? So this could be a blue line of a circle. This could be a blue plasma of a circle. You guys have to start seeing things and just not what it is. You have to see everything for what it is. And that's all about understanding the north, west, east, and south of everything. So high channel location is all level solar system. You come into energy field line center and position locations, right? It opens up all levels of position, right? So now you can calculate all levels of one here, one here, one here, and one here, right? So that's one signal, one signal, one signal, one signal, right? Now you got the flux capacitor location and position. Let's change the green line center interference. Program site position locations. There you go. There's the flux capacitor. See it? Now let's say go with the round line center interference. Program site position locations. There it is. There's the flux capacitor. I'm just showing you how powerful it is, and you see these things. Now, once the flux capacitor activates the system, it's all ready to go. Right? There's the Y line center position locations and position locations. Activate line stream into position locations of high line sets and rotations. Center off its position. There it is. There's the atom rotation center. There's the dimension opening up to plasma line center interference location of program sent to all levels of position. Right? Here we go. Now it's connected. Now you can communicate with it. Right? This is all done through a planetary system locations. 4 levels of one line centers of northwest, south, and east, all through solar graph location of energy fields, energy force line center position locations, all through the flux capacitor. Wow. So, a lot to learn, eh? Woo! All right, so what we got so far? You guys falling behind? Oh boy. Spinning the best, cakes, pies, cakes, and pies. Yeah. All right, so Lauren's out. Anybody else want to go out? I see purple and green, right and shiny, like the inside of a seashell. Okay, green heart. Thank you, infinite. Taurus heart, Earth, anagrams, each other. Yeah, anagram is basically understanding how to put everything in sequence. So if you have a name is not in sequence. It's all about putting things in order. How to put things in order. There it is. It's activated, right? And then you send it up. Right? That's true understanding. You come into calculations. Are you using too much of the right line center? Are you using not too much of the left line center? Are you using too much of anything? Because everything is anything. Anything is everything. So it's your understand position location of nothing, because nothing is everything. Because everything is the now. So that's where there's no confusion, because the mind is the conception of balance, which is its position of being calm, guys. Because if I freak out, I won't be able to do these things. It doesn't make any sense. What's the whole point if I don't understand what the computer can do through the brain center location simulator? That's all it is. It's a simulation program that's set up position to its facility. It's set up. It's set up, right? To its cloud interface already, stored for you to remember. Okay? So this is how you use all level position location of planets or anything through graph line centers. 1111, diamond core line centers, all position locations, digital framing, right? I mean, it's very easy to do these things. And the thing is just trying to put yourself on what you need to learn is the aspects of you, of who you really are and what you can do, because it's already stored for you of what you already know. Okay? So you're all learning how to travel through you. Yeah. The cloud. Yep. Cloud is interface. That's the storage facility. That's what's stored for you to understand its memory. So the more you know yourself, the more the expansion of the memory. Everybody has a memory bank, cloud, eCloud, whatever you want. Even on your MP3 has a memory. It has a cloud, it has storage. That's what it is. You get 1,000 songs on an MP3 player. Little thing like that has storage. It's your cloud. It's stored. You have 1,000 songs. You click, there it is. Number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, all the way up to 1,000. You guys have to come into your computers of alignments of who you are through space-time position. Okay. So very easy. Yeah, it says I just have to ask and tap in and trust. Yeah, cloud equals oversoul. Yeah, very good, Joe. That's exactly what it is. So it's the inner center location to the cloud. Cloud equals anything position location, which is its soul. Everybody comes into their positions of its old soul. Old soul is memory, okay, which is already stored for you. That's what old soul means. It means that people are old souls. That means that people are connected to their new soul, which is position locations back to their old soul. So old soul equals locations of what? Everything through E equals MC squared. It's your formula. It's your division. It's your location. It's the intent, the will, and its division to its avatar connection. All right. So ask who, me, divine self. Well, yeah, Stacy, you don't come into your divine self until you understand your position location of memory. Okay, so let's connect to the cloud. This is a cloud. This is a cloud. This is all it is. This is a cloud. That's it. That's your storage. Okay, this is your storage. That's stored, right? Now, that is stored in opposition of you, okay, to its connection, right? What is it? Your tree. Tree of life. Foundations. Flower life. The foundations of you through life cycles. That's what it is. If I look at myself and I look up, I'm seeing everything that I need to see through my cloud. It's all set up for me, right? But it's not math, it's maps. It's you to get where you need to go through massive calculation. Okay? And that's all done through position locations to your cloud. That's stored for you. So when you get to higher level system, your expansion of your cloud opens up more to its position of its tree of life, tree foundations. Okay? So it's a lot of fun when you understand more of what it is through its facility. It's an archive, guys. It's like your computer. Your computer holds so much intelligence. It blows your mind of what you can do. It's all self-memory. Okay. So when you get into more levels of the school, you start to remember more. That's stored. Okay. So the downloads we're getting on our memories, we're actually retrieving from our own older soul. Yeah, you're coming back to everything in that position, Chris. That's exactly what it is. So it's data that's been lost, all right? That's never been forgotten, okay? So if you integrate each color and number into 12 chakras, can you always be in position? Yeah, you can always be in position of anything through 12 chakras, but that's your DNA track. Anything above that is space-time. So you're reaching higher levels of atmosphere. You have 7 to work with the body location. That's your water interference. And you get 5 position location of atmosphere time. But if you go past 12, now you're really out of its ferment, of its earth. Okay? So that's an interesting question. So you start off with your 12 DNA, but you're no longer in your physical line. You're in your 12 DNA that's in your avatar of its 24 sequence. Okay? So don't get confused to that anomaly. Okay? You're no longer in a 12 line signal. You're in a 24 position. All right? So defragging, running, recovering, software, recovering is quicker. Yep, exactly. Well, Chris, you go through your position of what you want through Division Light Center. You got so many upgrades that position, but you understand more through light codes. You have to understand to come into your power, guys. Everybody has that. They just don't remember. Okay, you come to my school and you remember all position locations through my time, my space, until you come into your own creation of your space and your time. Okay, it's very powerful when you create your own cloud, guys. Okay, because a computer can't live without storage. Do you understand that? Where are you going to put all your files? Whoa, no, yeah, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, where are you going to get them? It's got to be in storage, right? So that's a true understanding, and it stays in sequence to a graph position. at high position locations or levels. It's a folder, guys. That's all it is. It's just a folder. It's just a folder. That's all it is. Your cloud is just a folder of everything that's inside. You can have 15,000 photos. 15,000 photos in one folder. Whoa. Whoa. Do you understand how powerful it is now? You guys are connected to your computers and how much storage you can have through your facilities. Your position to your archives can high position locations, anything through the past, the present, or its future location. Right? It's given to you through all sequence to its position, to its decision. Hoo-ah. Now you know why it's so important to have the cloud. Right? All right. I think everybody's catching on very quick now. Okay, defragging, yeah, get in fragmentation interference and position line connections. I just really want you guys to understand yours, right? Truly understand how powerful it is. Your computer is to its photo. 15,000 photos in one photo. Position location of one line center to one folder. That is a lot of photos into one folder, guys. Come on, it's very simple. I could triangulate line center location to 350 teleportation units of XT1000s come into solid position on my cloud interface without breaking a sweat. Okay, it's all stored, okay, through your foundations of your tree of life. Okay. Yeah, no, you're not in the 3D line connection of a computer, Chris. Yeah, I know you're joking. That's funny. No, not the rebellion and the GFLs. Anybody that's get activated right away comes into their cloud. So this is how it is. I activate your system locations. I activate your ground line center. Open up your heart reactor. Put you in position. Do binary resets. Open up your heart react line center interference. Open up probe locations. Open up the mind line center. Identification to its flux capacitor location to the sun. Communication to the moon. Projects your line center to its avatar position of octave 9. Now, octave 9 is in sequence location dimensional time. It opens up all levels of you through space time line center. It's very powerful when you come into the galactic energy core for the very first time into your level of intergalactic system, all through dimensional light, right? So once you're activated, everything starts coming into all levels because I set you up through the magnetic highway. It's information that's given to you. It's a cloud that goes around every single day, every single day, every single day, every single day. That channels down into your crown, opens up all levels of its portal, right? And it comes in, right? Goes into your third eye, goes into your ears, goes in down through your throat, goes down to your flux capacitor, comes back down to your chakras, into the ground line center. Then it goes back up again and does the same thing again, right? So now you know. That's why it's important. Activation is key. All right, so I think we'll stop there. All right, it's 5:37. Hopefully you guys get your time frames right for the next time. Tomorrow we travel through these locations. We release all the debris in the third eye position. Adios.